What it do, Destin? It's your boy back on top tables because he traveled all the way across the country just to go smoke at different locals. It's Armour versus, I mean, technically Armour, now that I think about it. Rapid versus Magna. Gonna be open up first on the left side, and we got the pretty much optimal start. Veemon in the back. Davis play the Searcher Veemon, find at least one piece. We got the Magnamon. We're gonna see a double Typhoon. Let's go 3 for 3, and that is 3 Tamers. So enjoy your one of 3 Tamers. And they're gonna get to play that cheaper next turn. So it looks like we're just gonna drop the Henry to be as memory efficient as possible. We're gonna gain back the 1, of course, from the Davis, then reduce cost. Is gonna hit the double Typhoon, which is gonna suspend our Veemon. So we're just gonna go for the Gren memory boost, which is gonna find the Flamedramon. Search top 4, add a blue Digimon to hand. Searching top 4 feels so nice compared to training. Do of course gain the memory off of the Henry. We're going to reduce the cost of the Mimi to go into it, and then Mimi, we're going to have that Evo into Rapidmon. We're going to go, of course, up to 4 off the Davis, and we're going to strip out and bounce the Rapid, so now we can swing in without having to worry about Mega Gargamon Ace. Going to get the draw 1, we're going to swing in again. Both Magna's living, so we're going to go Magnamon X Antibody for 3. Just gonna go Magnamon on top of Magnamon. It's not an armor texture, so it's not gonna purge down. It's just gonna be 2 Magnas on top, of course, gaining 1 because we still have a Digimon on board. We're pretty much threatening lethal just from this position here. And we're gonna go into the Lotmon. Lotmon then going to evolve for 4 cost into the Rapid because it doesn't evolve for 3 because Lotmon is not named terriermon. But yeah, so we're gonna, of course, with 2 Tamers, shrink and suspend and -5, but we are DP immune, but we are gonna gain back the 2 memory off of the Rapid X because of the Rapid stuff. So, pretty rough. Can't fully actually do what we need to here. So we're gonna evolve for 2 into the Flamedramon, and we're gonna crack the boost just to give us a little bit of extra sturdiness. Going to go Awakening into the Magna X here, which is going to then gain its protection. So now we're going to swing, and then we're going to raid into the Rapid X. We're at 6k because we have 2 colors, so even though we -4, we are then going to bounce the top card of security back to hand, and then we're going to swing, unsuspend, and swing, thanks to the Yume.
Matrix Digivolution.
Yeah, today's sponsor is me. I appreciate everyone supporting me as they have, and there are plenty of other ways to support. The memberships, Twitch Prime, and all of that are great ways to do so, and just making sure that in addition to slapping like down and making sure you are subscribed, there are plenty of other things that I do that I really love doing and take a lot of work, and appreciate if you guys also gave them a shout and gave us some honest feedback on them, because the only way we can make them better is if people tell us what they like and dislike. But yeah, that's it for today's sponsor. Appreciate you if you didn't skip it. Back to the video. Whilst we're getting shuffled up for game 2 after a blistering pace, we're going to be going back from the top. We got the Mega, Justice Josh, an ultimate here on YouTube, as well as a tier 3 on twitch.tv/KnTElixar. For our ultimates, we do have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the Sticks, 3 Strike Rule, and Bradley Rob. Big thanks to all of y'all for supporting the channel. And then for the champions, getting bonus content from the podcast, we do have Shinikari, Copy Deus, DHM, Solar Ouroboros, King of Knights, Andy Fing, Squid Eater, Benji Gibber, and Thomas Yates. For the rookies, we do have Greatness Beam and Balfi. And then for our DigiEggs, Jambo TCG, John Esposito, Rose Pierce, Christian Royal, Salander Sains, Yuxo, Evan Turner, Onyx Arlen, and Walter Caceres. Just flex, well, just showing off people talking about the sleeves, and it's funny that my armor stuff actually doesn't have any of the work that my wife did. And then, of course, the mat design is also from @Emilini on Twitter, the winner's playmat, as well as my staff playmat for the case split tournament that we did. Going to be going first. Rapid player choosing to go second. And once again, we're going to have the Davis. I think I've technically done this the wrong way around. Like, really it would be better to go the promo V, but I think we drew the promo V off the Evo. This time I'm going to be choking to 1. And we're going to evolve for cost -1, thanks to having the Tamer, and then gain back the 1. Of course, we do have the 1 as well from the Davis. So a pretty quick extension here is we're just going to make a turn 2 Magna, only passing over 1 more than a Memory Sutter. Remember, we were choked to 1 to do all that, and we were still able to just fully extend. And we're looking pretty solid. Next up, we're just going to go for the Digivolve, but of course we're protected from Digivolve, but more importantly, with the green Tamer, they have protection from bounce. Gonna go for the Shuyuling whilst we have 4. And then we don't have protection, so we're just gonna go for the blue boost and assume that we're not gonna get punished for it. Obviously, a Rapid X could cause some problems here. But I think we're trying to be cheeky. I think we're trying to be cheeky here because you can see it, I can see it. Mario Party, we are going to HPD into Rapid X for 0. And then it's going to -4k the board, which is going to gain back the 2. So a -2 cost Evo. We are shrunk down by 4 because there is the Rapid underneath. So now it can attack, and it is going to go straight into the the Paladin, and there's no longer the -4 to the board because there's no Rapid in sources. So that means it just goes straight through. We are going to get straight Digivolve though, because we are not protected. So immediately back down comes a replacement with protection, and the double Typhoon is going to hit into the Pomimon as well as a Willis. Pomimon not going to have too much value in this matchup because we're not on BT17 Magna at all. So we're never going to be floating into a brand new Magna. It stops something like an Armour texture out of security from doing anything crazy. And I guess it turns off Davis. You just see me looking up how big is Mega Cargo Ace. Trying to figure out whether I can go in and do some damage. We're going to start a main game the 1, then we're going to commit the Veemon to boards, then we can evolve for 1 cost. Swing and raid. Gonna get the draw 1, and that's gonna be 6k. Chooses. Are they gonna choose to ace? They are not, so we're just gonna let it purge down. Then we are going to load up, and then we're gonna swing in for the alliance for the 2 checks. Kind of feeling that there's no yeah, we're kind of under the impression that there's no Mega Gargo Ace, but we did of course have protection anyway from the card being removed from security. So we set up a pretty decent board here now with a protected Magna X that does have the reboot, and then we have 2 sideways Veemons that, like, realistically, he can kind of play for the trade. Of course we're going to swing and block one of them, but with double Typhoon back an alliance body. So the idea now, I think, is to just try and go big damage. We're going to go for 2 cost Evo because it is Terriermon in name, and then of course the Terriermon does get the extension. We do have the DP, so we are actually bigger, so I think he is going to try and trade the Armour Purges down, but unfortunately it means he's not really been able to turn off something like the 2 Rapids. I think I would have preferred to see him try and go actually, to be fair, I think he could have done it that way. I think he had to commit them to the minuses, but I would have liked to see something like swing the Rapid and the 2 Rapids minus for the 2 Veemons to try and take them off board, just to try and limit the number of chips that we've got coming in. Either way, it doesn't matter because I'm going to play like a bitch and drop Heaven's Lightning to full clear the board whilst we have yellow, black, and blue. That's enough to just completely full cap everything. So that's going to set him back quite a bit. Looks like we're going to be slamming another Rapidmon just to try and trim down the bodies. Again, we do have protection, so this is 4 Veemons and a Magnamon. Gonna go Awakening into Magna X to gain protection here, and then we're gonna go Flamedramon for 2. Do gain, of course, back the memory from that BT8 Veemon. We're gonna Alliance before we swing to try and go for the 2 checks. What I did do wrong here is I should have gone for the Flamedramon first, I guess, just to get the bounce. But I mean, if we're going in for Alliance to try and get the 2, then that is kind of the idea. I thought that the Flamedramon, because it was going to be blocking, is going to bounce the top card to hand. But yeah, no, that's a misread on my part. So it is when this card attacks. So like this would have given him the protection, but I mean, we gain a boatload of memory just from being able to go into it. This Rapidmon can actually attack, so he's going to swing in, and I think we're actually bigger than it. Yeah, just barely, thanks to the armors that are in trash. Going to go Digimon. Digimon going to get in there. The gang is quite literally all here. And then the last one, we're going to go into one last Rapidmon. So I realized with the reboot here that because I hit security, my Rapidmon should have unsuspended. So I should have just been able to like finish game there, which is my bad. So this would have been a lethal 11, but instead it's me trolling. But still, a clean 2-0 there is Rapidmon. He is going to take it over Rapidmon. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, then make sure to hit the like button. And of course, subscribe. We're trying to hit 3K by the end of August. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.